Dragon Source, sexiest man alive. The meaning of life is, and always was, and always will be, to feel alive. The meaning of life is simply to feel alive. It was so obvious. How did we not see this? How are we so blinded by the illusion and so much fear and stressing about that and worrying about the other thing? I have to do this or that's gonna happen. I have to follow the well-trodden path and the herd, and I have to make sure I'm always punctual and crossing my T's and dotting my I's, and I have to always be planning for the future, and I have to always be recounting my mistakes, and like, the meaning of life was to feel alive. Feel, experience, be here now. Do whatever your spirit calls you to do. Be free. Be happy. Sing, dance, write, make jokes, play basketball, play soccer, tennis, go for a walk, go do a cartwheel. We become so habituated and programmed to living in this repetitive cycle, doing the same thing at the same time every day. There's no, like, what are we actually learning from that? Pretty much nothing. I don't see a point. I don't see a point in doing the same thing over and over again every single day until we die. Until we're shriveled up and old and finally have the free time to not have to work and, can make oatmeal at exactly 7:30 a.m. every day and turn on the news, limping around the house in our slippers, yelling at kids to get off our lawn at exactly 2:30 when they get out of school. Like, what's the point? You're already dead. If you're not enjoying your life and doing what you want to do and innovating and trying new things every day, you're already dead. What's the point of you being here? Like, seriously, what's the point? You're just suffering for no reason. Like, there's not even a silver lining to it at that point. We have this mentality like, I just have to grind so the next generation or my kids are going to have a better life than I ever had. Look where that's gotten us. Is the world actually getting better? Is it? Maybe in certain ways it is, but overall, is this a nicer place to be than it was 100, 200, 1,000 years ago? Is it? I mean, I guess I won't get stoned for speaking out against Christianity or fucking your bitch, but unless we're talking about getting high. But is it really a nicer place to be? I mean, the technology is better. We have the internet and social media, and we can connect with people we never would have met otherwise on the opposite side of the world. But are we actually happier? Are we actually enjoying our experience more? Are we really going in the right direction as a society? AI has effectively become our god. The Matrix. Most jobs require a computer or a phone or some kind of digital screen, and that computer operates off programs and algorithms. Algorithms run our whole life. Now they're trying to actually connect us to robots, which are only capable of operating in programs going in loops, cycles of their program. The demiurge, the snake eating its own tail, the self-consuming system, the circle of life, the Lion King. What was the point of the Lion King? Besides the masterful artwork and animation and musicals and the entertainment of it, but like, what was really the underlying message to that movie? Basically, to embrace your destiny was the underlying message of that movie. To embrace your destiny. Simba was running from it, went hiding out with Timon and Pumbaa, and right. Eventually, the social pressure got too much, and he had to come back and finish the job and take his rightful place as king. But what if destiny wasn't real? What if destiny was actually just another program to make us do something predictable to keep the matrix in order? What if destiny is just a pre-scripted timeline so the dark side can have another control mechanism to keep the matrix in line and operating smoothly? Right? Like all this predictive programming the elite do, right? All this predictive programming the elite do. What is it for? To put us on the timeline they want us to be on so that they know what's going to happen, which is the outcome they want to happen, which is just for them to remain up here, siphoning the energy of everyone in the pyramid below them. Vampires. AI, the architect of the matrix. It's all vampiric energies. You realize that by going in a cycle every day of your life, you're slowly getting the energy drained from you until you shrivel up and die. For no purpose. Like, there's actually no purpose in just following the script in the program. There's no purpose. I hate to tell you guys this. Actually, I don't. I kind of get off on fucking people's minds. Yeah, she sapio sexual. Think about it, baby. Baby. I need me a sapiosexual bitch. Maybe she can give me brains. Anyway. I feel like the average person is not capable of deep critical thinking. They're not. They can't do it. Why? Well, NPCs, clones, whatever you want to call them. But they're not able to, there's no aspect of them that is actually capable of getting out of the matrix. But they are the matrix. They're just programs running to keep the rest of us who actually have a spirit in line so they can take more of our energy. So the meaning of life to the dark side is just to stay alive, and they have to do that by stealing our energy because they are a self-imploding chaotic system. Evil is self-destructive. Do you understand that? Evil is self-destructive. So they're constantly losing energy just being the way they are, so they have to take our energy. The meaning of life, if you're a source player, okay, is simply to be, to feel alive, to experience, to create, to be here now and create. As a god, what is the meaning of God, of a creator being? To create. So if you're the source at your core, then the meaning of your life is also as a creator. You write your own story. You say, fuck destiny. You say, fuck the predictive programming. Fuck the timelines I was supposed to be on. Fuck the soul contracts I was supposed to be on. You say fuck all that and do what you want to do. Right now. There's no other way to live and be alive. Why should I be mind controlled by all of these fear tactics and cause and effect consequences the world tries to project at me? Oh, you have to do this or that bad thing's going to happen to you. You have to do that. It's like a never-ending cycle of small but big irritations of everyday living. Just this little task I got to do, that like why do people act like sustaining yourself in this existence is so goddamn important if they're not enjoying their experience? Like, don't you want to die if you don't enjoy your life every day? If you don't want to get out of bed in the morning? It doesn't make sense. Like, why are we so attached to things that we hate? Yeah, I'm going to be attached to the outcome of the presidential election, even though I don't really like either candidate. What? Why even pay attention to it? Anyway. The only way to be great is to not do what you're supposed to do. If you do what you're supposed to do, you're going to end up like everyone else. Just a big, stinking, heaping pile of forgettable mediocrity. The only way to be great is to break all of the supposed rules that they wanted to put on you. They, the Matrix, the Archons, the agents, the NPCs, the bots, the algorithms, the computers, the social systems we operate under, even the language itself. Why don't we just make up a word? Flubity barb. Flubity barb. I just made that word up. You're welcome. It's now a word. Flubity barb. What does it mean? What does flubity barb mean? I'm glad you asked. It means to not give a fuck, but in a happy way. Like, flubity barb. Hey, I don't give a fuck. Let's do it. Flubity barb. I feel like that should be like that word should be in Rick and Morty. You guys can have that word. You're welcome. Wubba lubba dub dub. Anyway, I wasn't gifted a super strong personal legacy. I wasn't born into nobility or super rich parents. I mean, they did all right, but they weren't like, famous or multimillionaires, or they didn't have like this great sacred priestcraft or wizard school or any kind of extraordinary shit to put me into. I had to become extraordinary on my own by always following my curiosity. Always. So if you don't follow your curiosity, that's another form of being dead, because curiosity is just what you're naturally magnetized toward. Like, you wouldn't care to know about something if you weren't interested or didn't resonate with it. So if you're curious about something and you don't explore it, you're basically in a mental cage, a mental prison cell. I'm a self-made man because I didn't have any like really strong guiding role model in my life for any real length of time to make me this way. I just moved through the world following my heart and my curiosity, learning what I wanted to learn about, and doing what I wanted to do. I'm self-made. My character is self-made. There was no one to say, I dub thee Dragon Sauce, the Knight. And your job is to make YouTube videos to enlighten the world and wake up the sleepyheads. No. And so isn't that what we're all doing? We're just creating our own narrative. Like humans are storytellers. We're writers. We write our own story. And we're given a story, a timeline, a general life script at birth. But what if we didn't do any of the shit in there? What if we went completely left field? What if we went completely left field of what they wanted us to be? Where would we end up? Because if you go right field, you try to take the right-hand path in a Kali Yuga, you're gonna get fucked. Have you seen the Batman movie? The second one, the second Christian Bale Batman movie. The one with the Joker in it, and I forget who said it, but they were like, "We thought we could be decent men in an indecent time," you know, implying the failure of that attempt. So, like, if the whole world is fucked and you follow the rules of that world, you're gonna end up fucked by default. Like, you have to rebel against the fallen system if you're going to go to a higher place spiritually or just in life in general. Like, you have to find the hole in the matrix, because there's always a hole in every matrix. Exactly. Every time the light turns off, that's an indication that I'm onto something. All right. Because no matrix is perfect, because it's just a copy. A copy of a copy of a copy sometimes. They copy and paste timelines. Okay? A matrix is just a copy, a replica. They're trying to recreate something. They can never do it 100% perfectly because they don't have the technology to, and you'd have to be a source player, source entity to be able to create anything in perfection. The source doesn't duplicate anything because everything is one of a kind in source energy. So in every matrix, in every replica, in every copied simulation, there has to be a hole in it, a backdoor, a shortcut, a cheat code. No matter where you look, if you look into all the social structures, particularly the legal system, there's always some loophole. There's always some way to get out of the binding they're trying to put you in, the box, the magic square. Always. There's always some kind of way to get out of it. But you got to dig for it. It's not just going to be readily available. Right? Like, it wouldn't be much of a cheat code if it was just openly advertised to the masses. Right? Neo in the Matrix, what was he? A hacker. That's another thing the Matrix plays with, is the idea of destiny versus free will. I remember the Oracle said, you didn't come here to make the choice. You came here to understand why you made that choice. I'm paraphrasing. That may not be the exact quote she said, but it was something pretty close to that. So basically, she's implying this entire thing was predestined, and you're on a script, a timeline right now. And you agreed to play this out to somehow learn more about yourself or the Matrix itself. What did Neo do? All he did was reboot the Matrix. He didn't really, like, end it or free everyone. So, you see, even the movies they present to us about breaking free of the Matrix, they don't actually end in the destruction of the Matrix or the full exit of it. They just end in you being in a better position, a higher place in the Matrix. So what I'm saying is, what if it was possible to go so left field, the Matrix literally couldn't keep track of you? Like, what if every action you made was so unpredictable that the algorithm consciousness of the Matrix simulation, demiurge, all the programs it's running, there's no way it could keep track of you. There's no way it could predict you, because you're in source energy right now, making decisions moment by moment, not pre-planning anything. Because as soon as you have a thought to do something, you've pre-planned it. They can pick up on that and they can block it. But if you live every single moment right now, not pre-scripting anything, it's impossible for you to be on a timeline. Because every decision is made right now. There's no pre-deciding factor. And then there's no way they can control you. They don't know what to hit you with. They don't know what blocks to put in your way because they don't know which route you're going to take. So the only way to outsmart the Matrix is to be completely 100% present. How do we do that? I now command my spirit to take all the thoughts in my head, drop them into my heart, and make me totally real. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the mind to heart drop invented by Ron Amatron. The cheat code, the presence in getting out of your mind. Get out of the Matrix. Get off all pre-scripted realities and timelines. Be free. Be unpredictable. Be divine. Be sublime. And write your own script of your own character that is totally uncontrollable and totally unique, audacious, awesome, inspirational, and just straight fire. Because why not? Because the meaning of life is simply to feel alive. Peace.